Hi everyone. I just thought I'll share another well, I'm just playing actually. What I've done is I've taken two chipboard hearts, added some pink material, and I've used the Bookbinding Glue, which is the pin flare. If you type in Google pin flare, it's about £2.75, but it's a really good strong glue. Looks like PVA, very similar to PVA, but it is very strong, and you normally you know, cover your books with them, your front covers. What I've done is I've added a piece of material over after I've glued it, and then I've just trimmed round the material about 1 centimetre all the way around on both of them, and I've let that dry and then frayed it the best I can on both. And then what I've done is I've taken this, which is the Dreamweaver's Crackle Paste. This is the best one that I find to use. I absolutely love using it, and I've gone over, because the material is now glued down, I've just gone over the material with it, because you don't have to do it straight onto, you know, wood or something. You can do it on whatever you like. So I like that. I'm not saying it's perfect, because it's not, and I'm just gonna, you know, play around and see what we can come up with. So that's that. See, I've just put it some on this side, some on that, but lower down than the other. Just going to play around with this piece now. And it being a smaller piece. You know, leave a couple of lines and marks in it, because you don't want it to be straight. You just want a nice look. Now, this is the test. Will it work? Probably not, but we're going to have a go. So don't forget, that's the Dreamweavers. I just love working with it. I really do. And you get a full jar. It's not half full. It's full. So let me just wipe that clean. Always clean your palette knives off and that. It's you should look after your tools. Right, I'm going to take the gun, heated gun. This is a lot of people look at mine's disgusting, look, really, but it gets used a lot. It's not a hairdryer. It looks like one, but it's not one. It's a heat gun, and it's for this purpose of doing these. So I'm just going to pop this on here, and hopefully we're going to get a crackle. Could burn the hell out of it, but we're going to try and get a crackle. Is it working? We shall see. Yes, it is. That's fabulous. So you can crackle material then. I've not seen it done, but yes, you can. It's starting to bubble. I'll take the heat away though, it'll pull back on itself. So great, it does work. Fantastic. So like I say, try and treat yourself to a jar. It's £2.75 and to a tub. I'll show you in a minute. And I think it's absolutely worth getting it, because I always use the pin flare for doing material on top of something, and especially if you know, it's really for books. It's just a strong PVA glue, purposely done for papers and things like that. But I like to use it on other things. Beautiful crackle on that. So like I say, you only do a thin layer of the glue. You don't need a thick layer, I'll tell you that now. And then add your material, let it dry, and it's quick to dry. Goes on smooth, material go on flats. Yeah. I like it. Okie dokie. So now what we're going to do is, I'll just show you the pin flare glue. Oops, daisy. I have shown it before because I do use it quite a bit. $2.95, and it's that one. And I just get it online. Now what we're going to do is add some shimmer, I think. Now this is my homemade one. I don't know whether it's a bit bright for me. No, I'm not going to add that one. It's a little bit bright for me. Let's try a different one. None of them. None of them. Oh, I like that one. Where's the... I've got the candy pink. There's two pink. The vintage pink. We'll just do the vintage pink, which is the Tattered Angels ones. And I got this when I was in Norway. First time. See, it's all clogged at the bottom. I don't use them that often. But we're going to use it today. Hopefully it'll squirt. Yep. I don't know if that'll show up. See how the crackle shows up more? So I'm just going to dry that because we do need to dry it off. I'm just going to add a little bit more. I want that to stand out. That looks great, doesn't it? Look at that. That looks fab. Wow. Like it. Me likey, me likey. And then what I'm going to do is just do this one. I'm going to soak that and then dry it. Because before I can glue anything onto it, it has to be dry. Crackles come out really well. I just love playing. That's what it's all about. So I think we'll call this one crackled material. Why not? That's exactly what I've done. Okie dokie, we're going to put that to dry. Leave that to cool down, I mean. Yeah. Looks fab, doesn't it? Look. And that one. So, and this one, I'm just going to dry off a little bit more, and I think we'll play around. Now if you remember, I got some little frames from, I think it was the Range, the other day, so I'm going to use one of those frames. And that's going to look really pretty on there. So I don't need that on. Oh, cut off the Leo. I don't need the hook, but I will save the hook. Like that, we'll just save the hook for another thing. I need to find a picture, obviously, that will fit in there. I can get that one out. Oh wow, yeah, and I'll use that as my template, you see, for my little picture. All I've got to do now is find a picture. Oh, she's got pink. That might do. We shall see. Like that, I think. I'm only putting a picture in the bigger hearts. I'm using the wrong scissors. And if anybody wants to know why I'm saying that, it's because you really must have a set of scissors for paper as well as material. And possibly other things as well. I have a good selection. And if you want to know which is which and what I use them for, you need to type in tools jennings644 and it will take you to the video where I talk about the tools and what I use and what for. Yeah, like that. So we can fit that in. Yeah, brilliant. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to undo that. Take a small, if I can find one. Sorry, I've got stuff all over again. I cleared my desk and I'm back to square one. Take a little brush. And I'm just going to paint over that. Because I do want to see the white, but I want a little bit of pink in mine. Like that. I just want it to show through. That'll dry lighter as it dries. And like the silly old that I am, I need to get the picture out with the frame, out of the thingamabob. Hang on a minute. Silly old. I need to get that out again and take the plastic out, otherwise it'll melt. So just move that to one side, take the heat gun, and just start addressing that. Oh, better put the lid on before I knock it over, because that's a normal thing for me to do. Now, because it's not permeable, this is going to sit on top as a liquid until it's dried. Have I got that wrong way around? I can't remember. Who cares? If it soaks in, you're great, you can do it quicker. If it doesn't like this and it sits on top of the material, whatever it is you know, I've painted onto, then there you go. I've forgotten which way round it is, never mind. I don't care. Now let me just see. Yeah, now I'm going to keep going with it. And I think that will do. And all I'm going to do is to pop the picture back in. Ow, it's hot. It's blooming hot. Like that. Get in. That's the problem when you're dealing with things like that. There we go. I'm just going to sit that back in. And that is going to sit there, I think. Or there. See, I want to see this, but I'm going to put some flowers on. So I might, there. I need to take that off. Take them bits off that, you know, make it stick out. Otherwise it won't lay flat and you don't want that. Let's just do that. That's better. So I'm going to glue that on there. And then we're going to do a flower arrangement. Of course, have to run out of glue. There's nothing easy. Let me take that bit out. See, I've had the glue gun on and not used it, and so therefore the glue's gone all funny. But don't waste them, because you use them as candles. Okie dokie, let's see if we can get this going now. That should be enough. I'm going to have it just there. I think. See, like that. And then what I've got, because I'm going to attach that one to that like that. But what I've got now are flowers. I just need to get some pink. So just bear with me. Oops-a-daisy. Trying to use up the flowers I've got open before I open any more, which can be quite difficult. Pink and white. I'm not sure which ones I want to use. Oh, I've got some of those tiny ones there, they're nice, aren't they? Yeah, I've got these, but I want to mix and match them with some of the, you know, the material ones that I had. So we've got different size flowers. These are the ribbon ones, and I do want to use them if I can. So let me just put them in there. Let's come out. Just put them back in there in a minute. So I need to get the ribbon ones, which I shall get now. Oh, bum! Oh, God, give me strength. I need lots of it. That's because I had something balanced very precariously on the desk. So these are the flowers that I got, and I'll put the link up where you can buy these. Here's the bag of pink that I want. And these are just gorgeous, they really are. So, let's see. I need a central flower, of course. And I'm going to use one of these, I think. So I'm going to have to open these. Oh, look, they're stunning. Just stunning. Look at that. Wow. I'm going to put that there. Am I? No, there. Am I? Don't know. I'm just filming. How'd you do that? Oh, my glue gun's gone. Funny. Oh, come on, glue gun. I've just put a brand new stick in and it's already going doolally. Right, let's turn it round. See if it'll work this time. Better. Now, I'm hoping I get this in the right place. I'm going to put one there. Hope you can see this. May higher the camera up a little bit. There we go. Because there's such a lot of pretty, pretty flowers. Let me just put one of these on. I'm not sure if I don't actually want that on. So I'm going to take that off. And this is the best thing about crafting, you can alter things as you go along. Not sure. Wow, look at that one. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, I'm going to keep that on. She's got green in her hair. And this glue gun's just gone to pieces. That glue stick's rubbish. Make sure that's stuck. Yes, I like that, and I like that bit of greenery showing as well. And then I'm just going to fill it out basically with flowers. One there. I'm just going to attach one there. I don't want to lose this. These little ruffle ones are gorgeous. Put one there. Actually, I'm going to take that one off. So I'm going to put one there. And one there. And I do have some of these. It's the pink ones I'm after. That one can sit there. One just there. And then I'm going to use some of the smaller flowers. Let me just see what I've got here. So I do have some of these really pretty roses. You know, take a few of those out. We've got a bit of greenery in there, that's fine. I don't need to go and do any more. I'm just going to pop a little rose there. Hope you can see this. One there. I think we'll have a little one dotted in there, like that. We need a little bit of a different shade, I think. Let me just see. I think I'm going to put this one in, which is a two-tone pink. This is the 5mm. You do have to be careful when handling small flowers. I just want a little cluster, and I'm also going to do some lace, I think. Just take that off. I'm just going to get a bit of trimming for that. Let's have a look, see what we've got. These are also the appliques from where I got the coloured ribbons, and I will put her link in the description. It's Shelly. Oh, I like that. See, I like that. I just wanted something for around there. So don't go, don't cut it. Of course I'm cutting it. See, I want that to frame that, but I can still see what's underneath, so that's great. So what I'm going to do is just, let me just see, yeah, that could fit in there. And I'm just going to attach it like that. Let me just bring that around a bit. That's more like it. Flip that back. Like that. I like that. A little touch of lace. Because it doesn't need, you don't have to overload them and do too much. Now what I'm going to do is I have some sprays, some little spray things that I want to add. Don't know. Oh, can I have a hat? I've got another hat. See, like that. See if we can get that to go underneath. Maybe not. Will it go there? Right, sorry, the camera ran out, so this is part 2. Now, I've changed my mind about the hat, but I have some of these iridescent little beaded things, and they're quite pretty. So what I'm going to do is just attach, I don't know, 1 or 2 to here. I'm just going to pop it underneath, like that. I'm not bothered about it not leaning flat or anything like that. And then I've got a couple of these, so I'm going to put a stem of those in as well, I think. Just there. So what I do is, just to make sure that the glue holds, is to bend them several times. Like that. And then I'm going to attach a little rose just here. I can do another one, I think. Let's do one of these. That just covers where they've been put, and it looks fine. And I don't think that needs any more. I wasn't happy with that, but I'm quite happy with it now. So that's the first one done. You know, it's just playing about, practicing, and because I still learn. I learn something new every day. And then what I've got to do is just a little flower display on this one. So I'm going to start with, and I don't want it too big, the flower. I'm going to cut this one and start with this one. The green's too green, you see, so I don't want the green on. And I'm just going to pop some glue on there, pop that on. Too big. This is the right size. Also going to add one of these, I think. And there, you need to bend them slightly. So I just do them like that. Stick that underneath like that. And then we add my little flower display. Oops, a daisy, nearly dripped that on there then. Let me find if I've got one of these, that'll do. I love them. Just tuck that in there. And I'm also going to put one of these on. And that will hold them bits down. Like that. And the little bit of thing that I can put on here is I do have some bits of bling. Which I might add to the other one anyway. So I've noticed, right, and I have noticed this a lot. People are buying these, you know, the flower centres. Everybody's buying them now, and what I saw, and I was very, very sad about it, was I noticed that because people have got access to them now more than ever, they were lavishing their products with them. They were throwing loads on everywhere and, you know, blinging it right up with them. And unfortunately, and it's only my own opinion, there is a great saying which my granddaughter taught, well, she didn't teach me, but she keeps reminding me, less is more. And unfortunately, the ones I saw where they were lavished in all this stuff saddened me really, because just because you've got it and you use it doesn't mean to say it's going to look fabulous. I didn't actually, it put me off the projects, to be honest. Not mentioning names, but it put me off the projects because they went OTT. That sort of thing is what you put on to give it the wow factor. Just because it's got, you know, 20 on doesn't mean to say it's got the wow factor. You've actually practically ruined it. And I'm so sorry to say, but that's the truth. And I was disappointed because I thought people had a bit more, you know, about them in using them. But I didn't see that. It actually ruined what they had done, which was sad because I liked what they'd done in the first place. And then they lost it. And I've said this before. people lose sight of what they're doing because they do too much. A project doesn't need to be lavished with heaps and heaps and heaps of stuff. It doesn't. But it's this new bling, and everybody's going, oh yeah, we can afford it now. We can find out where we can buy it. You know, we can get hold of it. We can get our hands on it. Yes, but then don't ruin your project either, because that's what's happening. And it's sad. It's not, you know. I mean, obviously it's to everybody's taste. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm only saying what I found. And what I found was they lost sight of what the project was that they were doing. I know, you know, it went from looking really nice to overloaded, and it is sad, very sad. I mean, I'm not even using bling. I'm just using these pearly bits. And by the way, you can get any of these. They're flat back pearls. You know, we told you AliExpress. And you might get 100 to 200 for very few pounds. For what you'll pay for 10 or 12, or even 20, you can get 100. So, you know, and it's free shipping. So spend wisely. It's telling you for your own good to save money and spend it on things you can't make. There's a lot of people selling stuff now, and no one's saying don't go shopping at your friend's store or anything like that. Because obviously I still support people. I shop all the time in Etsy and Zibbit. But I also know where to buy things in bulk like that. You know, these sort of things you use a lot of. And so it's cheaper to buy it in bulk than it is to buy half a dozen or a dozen, you know, or a 20 or something like that. You're getting 100 for the price you're paying for 20, say. So, no, don't do it. It's not worth it. Spend your money wisely. I don't think I'm going to do any more to that. And that's going to be I don't know whether I'll attach it, actually, or just send them as... because I'm sending it out to someone, or just send them like that and they can do what they like with them. They might want to put both on one project. So I think I'll leave it at that. So, there you go. Hope you like that. Just get your stuff out and play. I don't think it's overloaded or anything like that. You don't need to have big sprays and everything on it. You don't need all of that. You just need to... less is more. It needs to be elegant and not shabby. Thanks for watching. Take care. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye for now.